We're talking to a man named Jeff who's lost 62 pounds of fat. Everybody, please subscribe because we're talking to a man named Jeff who's lost 62 pounds of fat. And in the past 5 days, after crossing the 300-pound mark, he was at 296.2 5 days ago, and he weighed in this morning at 292.6. He lost another 3.6 pounds in only 5 days. He's on a tear. He's doing so incredibly well with burning body fat on a consistent basis. 62 pounds lost, and this is totally transforming the way he thinks, the way he feels. Everything about himself is headed in the right direction, and this spearheaded the movement for him to overhaul his entire life. So I want to talk about the feeling that's going through your body and mind at losing 3.6 pounds in 5 days, and ultimately how you feel about losing 62 pounds of body fat. 62 pounds. We're talking about anybody. Go pick up 62 pounds. Pick up 2 30-pound dumbbells and carry them around and see how long before you want to drop them on the floor. 62 pounds of fat this man has burned. The difference is amazing in the way he looks and the way he feels. So just please tell me what's going through your mind.
Yeah, I'm more focused on the future than I am the past. It's fun to hear you say that I lost 60 plus pounds, dude. That's awesome. But I'm really more focused on the future than the past. And it's been great, dude. It's a life transformation that's started with the weight loss journey that I'm still on. But really, my body is in the process of catching up to everything else that has changed. My mentality has changed. Everything, I've done a whole overhaul with a lot of your help, dude. And it's just a matter of time before I reach the ultimate physical goal. But, yeah, I'm excited to look back and say that I've crossed the 60-pound threshold. Very excited to absolutely solidify without a question that I'll never, under any circumstances, touch anything beyond the 200s. And that was a big, meaningful threshold, really, was to get under 300 for good. And I'm just looking forward. To the next threshold, dude. I mean, every 10 pounds is really significant at this point, dude. So it's fun. I'm actually having fun. The mentality has changed, and weighing in is different now. It's less pressure. It's more just a measure of, how did the body respond this week? But I know that what I'm doing works, and I'm just going to trust the process. And one week it might show me something, more encouraging than another, but I know ultimately what I'm doing is working, and it's just trust the process and keep grinding, man. And grind's not even really a good word, dude. Just keep going at it.
You got under 300 pounds for the first time in over a decade. And we're talking 296.2 you weighed in at, and you didn't know what the weight was going to be when you stepped on the scale. You knew it was going to be less, but you didn't know how much less than the last time you stepped on the scale. You had lost 5 pounds to get to 296.2, and you were overjoyed with the feeling of finally being under 300 and the knowledge that you're never going to be over 300 again. 300 pounds is in your rearview mirror forever. So by getting to 296.2, you were almost in the mid 290s, and now you lost another 3.6 in 5 days and got to 292.6. You're knocking on the door of the 280s so quickly, which is another decade gone. How does it feel to be conquering this monolithic goal of yours? It's something that was always looming on the horizon. Go on yo-yo diets for years, always fail, gain back more weight, hit the all-time high of 354.6 when you started this whole process with me. and now you're at 292.6. Just an incredible transformation during that time. This is the elusive goal, where you hit your 40s and then it was totally out of control with weight gain and with just hitting that all-time high and staying in that 340, 50 range for nearly a decade. And then now you're at 292. And how does it what goes through your mind when you think about a goal that is so important to you, but you had lost sight of because it seemed so far away from being able to tackle. And now you're actually conquering it and conquering it in a major way by being over halfway to your goal of 245 at 62 pounds down from where you began. So you're over halfway there, and it seems like you're really embracing the process that it takes to continue to achieve results. It's like it's become a part of who you are. It's something that you really want to continue, as opposed to feeling like I have to continue because I'm showing up on a video every week. It's something that you feel compelled to do now. And that transition has taken place over the past couple months. So just talk about how it feels to be conquering the goal and how it feels to actually want to do the process that it takes to lose weight. Because if you want to do the process that it takes, you're going to get to the finish line.
That's well put. I think that's what, if I had to go back and start over again, that would be the first goal, is to get to the point where, the goal would be, if I was going to speed this up, it would have, from the beginning, it would be, keep focused on doing the things you need to do and until that's what you are rewarded by. And because then it's not even work. It's just a routine. Just like, you get up and, do the daily things that you do every day to get ready for work, or you do the things that you do, just as a routine every day. It becomes a routine, and it's like, it feels unnatural to miss your exercise. It feels unnatural to eat crappy. You're wanting to stay on track, genuinely wanting to stay on track. And it's against the grain now. It's actually against the grain to go off task. We're going to go cheat here in a little bit. And it's like, there's an ounce of just still an ounce of doubt, even though I've pulled it off, 6 days on and 1 day off. And I've still had great success, and there's that ounce of doubt that's like, should I even cheat? I have a taste for some good food right now, but I'm literally so rewarded by the just the process and staying on the process now, that it's less, it's not even feeling like work. It's not even feeling like work or effort, dude. It's just like, I want to be in this routine now. I really do.
As somebody who loves to eat, and I'm talking about you, not me, although I'm in the same category. Okay, so this question's posed to you, but somebody who apparently loves to eat. You got the 354. It's one of your all-time favorite hobbies. Cheat meals are pretty important to you. In other words, this is not you abandoning your love for food. It is you structuring your week so that way the days where you have some freedom in what it is that you eat are chosen ahead of time, and the days where you're going to be more strict with what you eat are also part of that schedule. So that way, at the end of the week, you can have achieved weight loss while at the same time had some enjoyment. And the meals that you use for weight loss are enjoyable too. But of course, when you're accustomed to working your way up to 354, you have some rich tastes that are not compatible with weight loss that need to be moderated. So tell me how the cheat meals are working into the equation now that you're controlling them and moderating them ahead of time. In other words, you're choosing when they take place as opposed to the cheat meal becoming a part of your life in order to cope with stress or with loneliness, because that was usually the way that your diet functioned as a way to be able to escape anything that was difficult in your life, stressful or lonely. I can turn to food and forget about those emotions before they ever strike. So now that you've turned the tables and you're feeling those emotions, you're actually not using food as a coping mechanism, but instead you've turned it around and decided, I'm going to determine when those ahead of time, when those cheat meals take place, so that way they don't sabotage my weight loss goal. They're going to still be part of my life every single week. I'm just going to determine when they happen, and I'm going to determine when they don't happen, so that way I can consistently move down the right path. Tell me how it feels to be in control of that as opposed to having it control you.
Everything about it is amazing. I like to just have control of yourself on this level is great. And I realized, in this process that how little control I had of myself. So just to be in control, I mean, it's literally affecting all aspects of my life. I'm looking at life differently. I'm looking at all aspects of my life and wanting to assert control in everything and improve my life in every way. So there's really nothing that I won't look at, to make my quality of life better this day moving forward, and so the control it's good. It's empowering, but it's also, it's fun because the cheat day, man, it's like, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You see the reward in the effort you put forth. And then, you get on the scale, you lost a little bit of weight, and then you go and enjoy the meal. And it's like, because you're not abusing food, I'm not abusing food anymore. So when I do have that meal, I am really savoring it and enjoying it. And when I was living out of control, and that would be, those types of foods might be more routine, but not only were they contributing to the decline in my health, dramatically decline in my health, it was like I didn't even really enjoy them. It was just a coping mechanism. And it was so I mean, like, yeah, I thought I was enjoying them at the time, but like, really, when I compare it to now, I'm really, really, truly enjoy every meal. And the cheat meals in particular are fun. Like, it's a celebration of an accomplishment. It's a celebration of just a joyful occasion, right? And enjoying the flavor of wherever we decide to go. But it was never like that before. It was never like that. And even, when I'm disciplined, and I put effort and thought into the disciplined meals, they can be very satisfying. And, just got to stay focused on the goal with keeping it locked in for those days with, protein and fat, and staying away from carbs, for those days. But, when you have within sights of a week at any given point of, pretty much no holds barred, you can do whatever you want that one day. It's like, it's not even like you're having a hard time with it. I'm not having a hard time, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, because I know, like, hey, just a couple of days from now, I'm going to be able to do more than I want with, something really fun. I'll look forward to a really, really gratifying meal, and I'll save that for a special occasion, if it's a family occasion, if it's, friends, celebration of some sort or whatever. I'll look at the calendar ahead of time, and I'll plan accordingly, and just I mean, that level of control over your life is really a different experience for me. And it's great. It's gratifying, man. It's gratifying. It's empowering. And I mean, I guess I'd even say the word fun again, man. It's fun, like, to just look at life this way.
I noticed that when you do cheat and you have that cheat meal, going into it, you're giddy, like it's Christmas morning times 10. You're excited. You're ready to go. You know you're going to dig in and you're going to have fun. And you're almost anticipating that your appetite is going to last forever. So you dive in thinking, man, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to eat from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. And as you're eating, and you're eating a hearty meal, like a Cheesecake Factory meal or something of the sort, you get to a point in such a meal that your appetite is going to start shutting down. And it's like, I'm not really capable of doing as much as I suspected going in when I had ravenous hunger. And so it gets to that point by about dessert where you may have even trouble finishing the dessert, but you'll get through it. You'll get through it somehow. But after it's done, like all those visions of what you're going to eat for the rest of the day, like, oh, okay, after that, then we're going to go here, there. All those visions, they you kind of come back to reality because the hunger's gone and fullness sets in, and you start thinking like, I think I had enough. And your mind starts gravitating back towards the goal. And because you have that goal ingrained and because you're working towards it during the week, once the fullness sets in, you start realizing that I don't need to go any further than this. Like, I've had my fun. I don't need to belabor the point. I don't need to push past that, because at that point in time, right, I'm going to be working against myself. So you have fun. It's a great meal, but it doesn't need to extend for the entire day, because if it's a hearty meal and it fills you up, you start to regain your senses and your mind gravitates back to the goal. And you start telling yourself, oh, I think I'm done for the day. Like, I've seen you finish with one meal, one big hearty meal, and then not have anything else for the rest of the day and be perfectly happy with that. And that's your cheat day. The entire day ends up being one meal, a large meal, a fun meal. But then when you hit fullness, you feel like you've had enough and you're ready to move on for the day and then start tackling weight loss again the next day.
Yeah, add that to the list, the long growing list of things that I would have never predicted. I mean, there's still probably an ounce of me that says, what am I doing with that? I mean, I should be able to handle more junk food right now, but you're right. Like, my mind, after I get my fill, my body is satisfied, sooner than it would have been before. And my mind is back locked in on, okay, it's time to get back on the routine. I wouldn't even use the word work or effort. It's just, back to the routine. It's like, it's a good thing. It's really turned from effort to do the things daily that I need to do, and turn more into just feeling a sense of it's a routine, and it's a rewarding routine. And I don't even like the way in. I can look forward to it as a measuring stick where things are, but like I'm more now, like the daily routine is increasingly becoming the reward. If I'm settling in, soon, probably on Saturdays as being my primary cheat day, then, and Monday through Friday really being the days where I'm getting after it. I mean, Monday through Friday, I can really feel good about the fact that I accomplished my goal each day. And that's like a part of the whole deal. We've talked a little bit before about just winning the day and stacking wins together. And it really is true. That's like, it's evolved into that over the course of this time. And it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing because I don't have to wait a week even to feel good. I don't have to wait for a number that happens to pop up on that scale that, you know, has variability to it. It's like, literally, I just know I did what I was supposed to do today. It's going to help me get where I want to go eventually. So the rest is just going to fall into place, and, you know, just let it happen. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. But I did what I needed to do, and I'm seeing enough progress now. You know, I look in the mirror, and when I move my body, it's feeling so much better, that like I've already gotten enough reward that way, that like improvement in general is just, it's like, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. It feels really good.
Let's talk about guilt-free cheating. I could say that prior to starting this, every day was a guilt-free cheat because you weren't paying attention and you weren't absorbing anything. But now that you actually have a goal, a lot of people, when they start losing weight and achieving results, they're scared to death of cheating. Like, cheating to them means they're sabotaging their results. And if they eat something, anything that's not on the diet plan, they feel as if they've stepped in their own way, made a big mistake, and they feel as if all their results have been flushed down the toilet. They actually have guilt, deep guilt associated with cheating that prevents them from doing so. And that can lead to eating disorders as well, just because somebody is so focused on weight loss and it's making them feel a sense of confidence they didn't have before. They don't want to lose that. And so they're frightened of the idea of sabotaging themselves by adding anything that's not on the weight loss diet plan into their diet, and then potentially weighing in at an extraordinarily high weight and then negating everything they've done. So you have referred to guilt-free cheating recently to me in relation to how you feel about having that cheat day, because, and what goes into that is, you're very focused on the plan for 6 days in a row, usually 5-6 days in a row. And then you achieve a certain amount of results during that time, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds of weight loss, step on the scale before you cheat that morning, get that weigh in, which is the result of what you did the past few days. Mark that down, know what you've done, know what you've achieved. And then you go into the cheat meal knowing you've earned it. Like, I've done what's necessary to be able to have fun today. And I already know ahead of time that it's not going to last longer than today, that tomorrow I'm going to be back on the plan and I'm going to weigh in another week. And then I will have 5 or 6 days of consistency behind me, and I'm going to get a lower number than I had yesterday. And by following that game plan, you have decided when the cheats take place, you have decided when they end, and you have made a game plan that works towards consistently losing weight. That way, when you do cheat, because you're the one who decided when it's going to happen ahead of time, and because it fits into the framework of the weight loss plan, and because you weighed yourself before the cheat took place to see how much weight you lost, you don't have to have any guilt. Because and a week later, after that cheat meal, a week later before the next cheat day, you're going to weigh in and the scale is going to be lower than it was on that day. And that allows you to take part in that cheat meal knowing it's not going to sabotage your results. It's not going to work against you. It's not going to make you gain all the weight back. You're going to be in a better place a week later than you were on the day you weighed in addition to having that cheat. And you can then enjoy it and take full confidence knowing it's not going to work against you.
Yeah, it's the last couple times here, last couple weeks, we've been able to do that, and you have helped me to cross that threshold and understand. And I feel like I've gotten my money's worth when it comes to the cheating, and I've had my fill for sure, dude, of good food, and I haven't needed any more. I've gotten to the point where I wouldn't want any more, and it's been fun, genuine fun. And then I'm gonna have the confidence, and I've been able to demonstrate that, the next day I'm back on task, dude, because, it's like the process is, I'm taking joy in the process. And so, like, all of it works together. And, yeah, man, you like, it's like the whole thing, the control behind it, knowing that you are in control, completely control of your destiny, man, is just so empowering. It's a game changer for all of life. And I look at everything differently now than I did a couple months ago, dude.
What do you say to anybody watching who admires your progress, is looking at 62 pounds and just really in awe of the fact that you've done what's necessary to get as far as you have, and they're thinking about wanting to follow the same path themselves, but they're having a difficult time because of past failures, which you've had many over the past 40 years. So what exactly would you say to somebody who wants to start, is scared to start because of what they've experienced in the past, and doesn't feel as if they're motivated enough based on past evidence to be able to take on a process that they're scared is going to lead to failure?
Man, at the beginning of this, I couldn't have even envisioned where I'm at right now, literally. And don't let fear stop you from accomplishing what you need to. You were born for something better than you're at now. And I still got work to do, and I'm excited about it. And it literally, the hardest step is literally the first one. And it's like consistently that is the case. When you start implementing a new aspect of discipline, the first step has consistently been the hardest step. And then once you take it, the first day, right, is the hardest. And then you get through the day, and then you get through the second day, then you get through the third day, and then all of a sudden it's a week, and then the next week is easier, and then the next week's easier. And then before you know it, 3-4 weeks in, it's like, it's nothing. It becomes nothing. So you just layer those things on top of each other, man. But it just starts with a decision in your mind. Everything, your mind is so big of a part of this. So if you make up your mind that you're ready to just take care of yourself, love yourself, you deserve it. And I want to help. I really do. Like, I feel so compelled to help anybody, because I wasn't even aware how desperate I was for the help you've given me. And I'm eternally grateful. You know this already, but I mean, anybody who's watching this and we can reach, I am eternally grateful for what you've done for me. And I have 100,000% belief that you can do this for anybody if they give you time to listen to you and listen to these. And but I also think, my experience now, I can help people in some way too. And I just, I'm, increasing in my faith in God and my closeness with Him. And like, I genuinely want to pour love out onto everybody that, that has whatever they have going on that has driven them to food as a coping mechanism, man. That's what it probably is. If you really look at it honestly, it's probably if you're finding yourself in the situation that I've been in for all these years, it's probably a coping mechanism at some point. And if you face it, man, and once you overcome the, what the challenge was originally, that's when the gas has really been, we just stepped on the gas with this. And man, it's you can't even stop me right now, man. Like, you can't even stop me. I've had real things that would have just derailed me so bad and sent me in the wrong direction. I've had obstacle after obstacle in the last few weeks, things that would have historically sent me all the way in a tailspin, and I have overcome them repeatedly in the last few weeks. And it's so empowering, man. I'm a different person, and you can do it. If I can do this, you can do it. And I genuinely want to help you get there. And I know this guy on the other side of the screen will help you if you'll let him. He will get you there, dude. You can do it, no matter what. If I can do this, anybody can do it that's listening. And it literally, the first step is the hardest, and the first step is mental. It's just like deciding you're going to do it. A a couple weeks ago, I was at a lower point, a real low point, and you challenged me to implement some exercise just by simple walking. And it was daunting, man. It was daunting, like a simple walk. And now, like, I will be sad if I don't get it in. It's really that dramatic. Like, I want to get my walk done now, man. Like, we're talking in about a matter of like, a month or 6 weeks. I'm like disappointed in myself if something gets in the way of my walk. And I was afraid of it before, almost afraid of it. Like, what's, and it wasn't like a rational fear, but it was like, that's probably what they're feeling if they haven't done it in a long time. So you might be feeling that if you're listening right now. Like, it's okay. Don't, just when you get one done, the next one's going to be easier, man. Like I think if I remember correctly, I went from like, doing one lap around here, it was like a mile. And then, next day or two, I was like, you know what, I can do 2 of these. And then within a day or 2 of that, I was like, you know what, I'll do a 3rd one. And eventually got to like 4. So, I know everybody's not going to have the same abilities, physically. There's going to be more limitations for some than others. There's going to be time restrictions for some that I, maybe haven't had recently. So everybody's got other forces that are working for or against them, but whatever restrictions you can, whatever you have working for you or opportunities you have, it's just look at what you can work with. And just take it one thing at a time. Don't overload yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself, but look at one thing you can do and then layer it, man. Like, once you feel like you got that one, you're cutting, because I mean, this has been gradual for me, but I think knowing what I know now, I think like it could happen a lot faster for people if their mind is tuned in, and the mind is really so powerful. It's like we kind of alluded to this in other times, other meetings, but my subconscious was just owning me, and I was just sleepwalking through life and doing stuff, with food that was just harming me, and I didn't even have a concept of it. And I woke up and I was this huge guy that I wasn't even in tune with when I was there. I mean, you were in tune with it, and everybody around me was probably really well in tune with it, but I wasn't even in tune with it until halfway through this journey right now. So you can do this. You can do this. I want to see you do it. I want to help you do it. God loves you. And I love you, man. I want to see anybody who wants to improve themselves. It's just, don't put unnecessary expectations on yourself that it's got to be in a certain amount of time. Anything that's improvement is a huge win, and especially when it becomes consistent. So we just got to find a routine that works for you, that leads to consistent improvement. And man, if it's a half pound a week and it's improvement that's consistent, that's 26 pounds a year, dude. Like, anybody that really wants to focus on this, has it like the will to fight this, can win. You can freaking win, man. I'm doing it. And the mental part is going to be really important to tackle at some point. I've done it in the past where, you've gotten me to lose weight before, and I just didn't tackle the mental part. So I still fought the same demons, and they came back and got me, and I gained the weight back. But this time is completely different, and the game has changed once the mental, once you take over your psyche, man, and the consciousness takes over and you are in control of yourself. you'll know when you're in control, and when you're in control of yourself, you're never going to go back. You will never put that weight back on. You never will put it on. I know this. I know it. Every threshold I make is going to be a win. It's another big win, and it's a lifetime win.
Like you said, the first step is the hardest step. And once you take that first step, if you're on that couch and time for a walk and you're battling yourself, should I get up off the couch or should I not? Like, yeah, I should, but I don't want to. It's easier to stay on the couch. And then you finally do take that. If you take that step, you get up and you get outside and you start, that's when it gets easier. It gets easier when you start. It's before you start, it feels insurmountable.
It does.
And your mind is trying to convince you not to do it. Your subconscious mind is telling you, just embrace the status quo. Don't go in a new direction. Once you decide to start following a different path, you'll find that over time, it gets easier and easier, and it starts becoming something you want, not something you need.
It really does. It really does. And yeah, I would just say, don't even let my expectations or my, numbers that I gave as far as the mile or anything like that throw you off or discourage you, no matter where you are. Like, anything is better than nothing. Just do something that you feel good about. If 1,000 steps a day is more than what you're averaging right now, shoot for that. Like, literally just look at what you're doing right now and then add to that something that you feel like is manageable today. Make an intentional effort. You're making a decision to make sure you hit that target. You'll get there when you make that your intentional target and it's achievable. And then, you'll be reinforced by the feeling you get when you make an intentional goal and you achieve it. And then before long, it may be the next day, and you're going to be like, I want to shoot that goal higher. And then you're going to shoot that goal higher. And don't overshoot. Don't overshoot and set yourself up for, being disappointed, but just give yourself achievable goals to start with. And you're going to reinforce that with the success you experience. And then that's going to motivate you to then, increase your goal. You're going to eventually, whatever you do, if you start at 1,000 steps and you're like, okay, I did that, no problem. You're going to naturally, nobody else needs to do this. This needs to be all inside out. You've helped me get there, man. You helped me see this. Like, everything's inside out. This can't be for somebody else. If it's going to last, it's got to be you inside your heart and soul. You got to want this for yourself. And if you don't give up. It's there in you, dude. It's just got to be unlocked. And I want to help you get there, because I did not feel it when we started this journey. I did not feel it myself. And now I'm so convinced, you told me, like, I got to worry about saving my life, and I didn't feel it in my heart. I didn't even feel it when we started. And now I want to help everybody. I want to help everybody that's in this situation. It's really, there's nothing more important. You literally have saved my life, dude. And I'm going to want to repay that through everybody I can help, out there.
When I wrote my books, my Muscle Now and my Fat Vanish books, which teaching people how to build muscle and lose weight, years ago, it was a daunting task to write books and, complex books and teaching how to diet and how to exercise, trying to cover everything in an understandable fashion. So I sit at the computer, and if it was, had a goal of writing one page and just getting to the computer and starting that one page, I had to get through that. The difficulty of just beginning. Where am I going to begin? What am I going to say? How am I going to start this? I sit down, I start. And once I start and I have a goal of just getting a page done, before I know it, man, I'm 20, 30 pages in, because I can't stop. Like, it's once I start, the momentum starts building, and I get done way more than I intended to, because I took that first step. You have to take the first step before you can take the second step. And unless you take the first step, you're not going to get anything done.
I can feel it right now. I can literally feel, because it's recent enough as we're doing this. It is so discouraging. You really don't want to do it. I know it's like literally, it feels like fear, and you're almost ashamed to call it that, but you will conquer it, man. Just give yourself a small, manageable, just something that you can do, but you wouldn't do if you didn't make your mind up to do it. And just assert that level of control for yourself and allow yourself to feel the success of it, and then grow from there. Doesn't matter how small, man, but just know that you made the decision to do it, and do it, and then grow from there. Let it just be organic, but challenge yourself with something, even if it's small, man. I'm telling you, you got to feel the win. You got to actually allow yourself to feel that success, even if it's just one time, and then grow from there. And I feel like we can help a lot of people, man. I hope people tune in, and I know, like, with the experience that you've given me and the love you've shown me, man, like, we both have love for people. We both want to help people. We can help a lot of people. I'm over halfway to this goal, and I'm moving faster than ever. And I have such joy in my heart. I am a different person already inside. And it's just a matter of time before my body all the way catches up. And I'm not even stressed about the time on it now, because the mentality shift, it'll happen. And, I'm not doing it for anybody but me now. It's literally like I was showing up to this thing for you because I think you were trying to save my life. And I was like, all right, I'll just humor you, dude. Like, all right, well, I got an hour I can give you a week, and I love you. You're my brother, and I want to see you every week. So, like, why not, but now my purpose is different, because I feel so alive. I feel so different. I feel so powerful, and I've taken control, man. The things that used to own me, things that used to kick my ass, are so insignificant, man. I own them. I own them, dude. I'm winning, and it's never going to be the same. I'm never going to feel like I felt before. I'm never going to feel out of control. I'm only going to feel this way, because simple decisions, once you get to a level of consciousness and a level of confidence in your assertion of what you want to do. Do what you want to do, man. You're not doing what you want to do. If you're where I was, you're not really doing what you want to do. If you're stopping at McDonald's impulsively every day, you're not doing what you really want to do. That's not what you really want to do, man. Wake up and tune in and like life. And if we can help, please reach out. I can talk you through anything that you're probably going through, I've gone through, and I want to help you stop and get control. And when you do, man, it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. I'm not even at my goal right now, but I feel like I'm there. And that's like amazing. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm already there in so many ways. Like, you don't even have to wait till you hit your goal weight. You don't have to wait till that long to feel the way I'm feeling and feel amazing about yourself. You just got to take that first step and then repeat the step, and give yourself time, give yourself grace, but just repeat the step. You take that first damn step, one day, make the decision, and don't let yourself down. I'm going to start this day. Okay. Start that day. I'm going to do this on that day. Okay. Do that on that day. Whatever you decide, don't come short of your goal and your expectation for yourself. It could be small to start with. It could be very small, but just don't let yourself down. And you get in the habit of never letting yourself down. And it's a life changer, man. You got me so far, so fast. And people, you can do this. Anybody can do this. If I can do this, you can do it.
That's very well said. For many, the hesitation to begin is a fear of failure. And not having an effective plan is going to guarantee failure. So I know there's a lot of people out there that have tried diet routines or exercise plans that just aren't working very well. And maybe they did put in the effort and they just didn't see results that came from it because people were giving them bad advice. And there's a lot of bad advice out there on the internet and on YouTube, and just from people who proclaim themselves as being fitness gurus, and they're just giving them advice that leads them astray. So I would say if you have tried before and you've had a lack of success despite being consistent with something that somebody told you would work, contact us, comment down below, and we could bring you on to the show. I'm going to vet people and see if the stories that I hear are fit for us to bring on. I will, and we can talk it through with you and me and anybody that wants to come on that we can be helpful towards. It's going to be something that could change their entire life once they have an effective game plan that fits their particular disposition, constitution, and set of goals, because you can't just set one blanket game plan for everybody to follow and expect that they're going to achieve success. It needs to be tailor-made for the individual. But once somebody does have an effective plan, then at that point in time, that's when they can execute, and at least they can have the confidence going in each and every week that they're going to be making progress, and all they have to do is execute. And a lot of people that have seen failure in the past, despite execution, they're just scared to death to try again, because they feel as if I put forth effort in something else and it fails, there's no hope. I'm going to be this way for the rest of my life. And that's just not the case. It's the plan has to be effective first. And that's why you came to me, because I have the ability to give you an effective plan, and I have the ability to guide you through the process of being able to follow that plan. But it took effort for us to be able to navigate through what exactly is going to work for you. And now you're seeing it happen. You're seeing the 62 pounds of weight loss, and you're seeing the 2 to 5 pounds a week. It's happening on a regular basis. But it took you coming to me with an open mind to be able to get here. And there's a lot of other people out there. There's millions and millions of people who want to lose weight, but they're just scared of failing again. And trust me, don't be scared. Just embrace an effective routine, apply yourself to it, and you will achieve better results than you ever dreamed of.
Yeah. You gave me flexibility to navigate and figure out. And we've made a lot of adjustments all throughout the process, some more restrictive, some even more lenient at times. Like you can still move on the fly at times to some degree. It's just, you gotta find your groove, find what works for you. It's not a one size fits all, but actively just taking control of your situation is the win. And embracing a process that works is the win, because it'll eventually get you there. And then when I've gotten there mentally and I saw the progress, that was enough motivation for me to really hit the gas. So it may not be the same for everybody, but I feel like when you cross that hurdle and you really start to see a high level of success, you're going to want to do more. You see what you're capable of. You're going to want to do more. And if you have the wherewithal, you're going to do more. But just literally forget about the end game as far as the number. Forget about stressing out about what it comes out at next week. Just take it one day at a time. It sounds so simple, man. It sounds so cliche. I know you probably want to punch me in the face through the screen when I say one day at a time, man, but it is so true. You decide, you make your decision right now. I'm going to start on this day. Get your stuff ready to start on this day, and then don't look back. Just do everything you say to yourself. Be accountable to yourself. Forget everybody else. Listen to yourself. You want to control yourself. Control yourself. Do what you want to do when you want to do it. I want to start on Monday. Okay. Start on Monday. Get your shit straight before Monday. do your stuff on Monday that you say you're going to do. I'm going to go for a walk for so many steps on Monday. Make sure you get those steps in on Monday. Don't let yourself down. I'm going to limit my carbs on Monday to this number. It doesn't even matter if it's, not enough to lose weight. Start with something that is less than you've been living on. Start with that, man. Start as not restrictive, unrestrictive as you need to start and build yourself up, dude, from right there. 3 months ago, we were sitting here having a conversation about me eating 900 carbs in a day on a freaking drive. I mean, I was out of control. While I've been in control, I was still out of control, driving 8 hours and stuffing my face with carbs, man, because as I was still gaining control of myself. I still had, a tough day, and I was losing my mind, and I let it be what it was going to be. But since then, I made a decision to control myself, and I made a commitment to myself. And because because I've crossed this line, I will not let myself down anymore, man. I make a decision whether I'm going to have a cheat day or not. It doesn't matter if I'm driving or not. It doesn't matter if I'm stressed or not. That's my day. I've got an eye on Saturday. That's going to be my day. Okay. Well, then Sunday through, Friday I'm on point, man. No questions asked. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm going to work hard and I'm going to play hard. And then that's it. And you feel so good, man. If you do it 1 week, you're going to see a result. If you weigh at the right time, don't weigh yourself more than once. You do everything the way that you prescribe, dude. For 1 week, 2 weeks, you're never going to be the same. You're going to want to keep doing it.
Everyone who's watching, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video, because it does help to send this information out to so many people that need it. So please take a moment and do that. And I love you, man. I love everything you're achieving. I love the dedication you're putting forth, the fact that you're embracing change to transform your entire life, and your desire to help other people in the process, and having the humility to come on here and speak the truth about your struggles. That takes a lot of courage. So I give you all the credit in the world for that. And I'm so glad to be traveling this path with you. And I can't wait to see what the future holds.
I'm so blessed to have you as my brother. You are so talented as a life coach, and you obviously are a bodybuilder. You know your stuff when it comes to fitness. You're better even than that. Obviously, you can show off your skills without even saying a word when it comes to that stuff. But dude, you're a gifted life coach, and the love you put into people, and you can help so many people, and I pray people will come to you in abundance, because you've saved my life, and my life is never going to be the same. It's going to be my second half of my life is going to be a much higher quality of life than I lived and before. And I don't know. I can't predict the future. I know that, I just take it one day at a time and see, what God has in store for me. But man, I just know I'm blessed. I'm blessed that you're my brother. I'm looking at things, everything is just different, man. One day at a time, you start to see everything as a gift, and you don't worry about what you don't have. You just appreciate what you do, when you embrace all this mentality, and it just comes full circle. It affects everything. And bless you. I love you. I love everybody out there, man. Just take control of your life. Take your life, man, under control.
Anybody who needs help, let us know. We're here for you. I love you, man.
Love you, dude.
I'll see you on the next episode.
Looking forward to it.